refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken, I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello. Welcome to another episode of RBO with your boy Vaughn. We are here today to keep talking about the playoffs. The conference championships are set. We have 4 teams left. That means we have 2 more series left until we get down to the final showdown, the NBA Finals. So we're about to dive into these 2 conference championship games to just lock into what we have in store, what's in stake, and what should we expect. Before I get started, though, I'd like for everybody to like, subscribe, share this video with anybody that's an NBA fan, especially if they're a fan of one of these teams, because we're about to get down into it. Another thing, down low, there's a link to become a member with the R2L family. With that membership, you can join these chats that we have on Instagram where we talk live during the games. We have live debates, and it's different sports that we have these chats, and it's very intense. It's entertaining, so I encourage everybody to tap in with the team. Also, enjoy the show, man, because we also have multiple shows on the network. Down low in the description as well, you will also see all the different shows that we have on R2L Network. So don't be shy. Go ahead and tap in with everybody because you will not be disappointed at all. So let's get on to it, man. We're going to go first talk about this East matchup, the Knicks versus the Pacers. The Knicks got past the injured with a Jason Tatumless Celtics in 6 games. It was a up and down game, up and down series for the Celtics, having fourth quarter leads get blown, putting them in bad situations, and Jason Tatum going down, ultimately leading to them losing to this New York Knicks team. On the other side, you have the Pacers, who got rid of the Cavs in 5. It was bad. The Cavs really didn't have an answer for this Pacers team. It was a little bit of what the Celtics were doing early on. They were blowing fourth quarter leads, not making the most of their opportunities in the fourth quarter, which led to a young, hungry Pacers team getting them up out of there. Donovan Mitchell gave it his all, but he didn't really have much help. Where I will suspect to see some changes over there in Cleveland for next year, because that was not a good way to go out, the way they had a good season. But we're going to focus on the winners. And this Pacers team, man, we got to give them a lot of credit. A lot of people have doubted this team. A lot of people have doubted their star, Halliburton, and they just been coming through, man. You know, a lot of people say certain people were injured and things of that nature. And yes, that is true. First round against the Bucks, Damian Lillard was out. He comes back, but he wasn't really himself, you can tell. And then the next series with the Cavs, they had a plethora of different injuries. Donovan Mitchell got injured one game. It was just a lot of injuries going on. But the Pacers team, man, I feel like you got to give them a lot of credit, because no one had them doing this again. No one had them coming back to the Eastern Conference Finals So even though I'm just making it there despite the injuries, I feel like they overcame, their expectations, to be quite honest. And now they're going against a foe in this New York Knicks team who is pretty much just like them. They're both fully healthy, and we pray to the basketball gods that we can finish this playoff run with both teams the same way because it's been it's good to see. We have the Pacers though. This team has multiple guys averaging 10 points. They have six guys averaging 10 or more points, and one of them is a guy coming off the bench, of course, and that's Ben Mathurin. But their whole starting five is averaging at least 14 points in this playoffs, which is hard to deal with when you have multiple guys out there getting buckets. It's tough to deal with it. What it do, my boy Teddy? Shout out my boy Teddy, baseball with Teddy. That's the baseball guy there. Check out his channel. I believe he's going live very soon, so definitely tap in with my boy. Halliburton though. What makes this team interesting is Halliburton. Halliburton is a guy that facilitates at a high level, but he also can get his shot off. Now, this is going to be a rematch from last year when these two teams met, but we all know that the Knicks had injuries last year as well. This time, they're fully healthy, and they have some new guys there. You have Brunson back, of course, Josh Hart back, of course. Then you also have guys like Mikal Bridges. Denver Chizo is gone. He's over there in Minnesota. But you have a Mikal Bridges who he surprised me a lot in that Boston series. He stepped up. I thought he was 50-50, very wishy-washy up and down that first series against the Pistons. But this second series, I think he played pretty well. He had some games where he didn't shoot the ball well, but he gave effort on defense. He rebounded. He was finding guys. I thought he gave effort in all areas. But this matchup with the Knicks, man, it's going to be very, 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 very interesting. For me, I think this Knicks team has something to prove just as much as the Pacers team. However, the thing is, the Knicks team lost to the Pacers last year with those injuries, and now that they're healthy, I'm pretty sure they're thinking about that. They're thinking about that, saying it's time for us to show them who really is the better team. And to be quite frank, if a guy like Karl Anthony Town comes to play, OG Anunoby, who missed most of that series last year, if he comes to play, it's gonna be a tough series for this Pacers team because this Knicks team can do what they do, and that score with multiple guys. If we look at this Knicks roster, their whole starting five is also averaging at least 13 points or more. So they don't have a guy off the bench doing what Mathurin's doing. However, they have their whole starting five can get buckets just like the Pacers team. And in my eyes, Brunson is a guy averaging 30. The Pacers don't even have anyone averaging 20 points in this playoffs right now. Right now in the playoffs, their highest person averaging is Siakam at 18.8 points per game, which no knock on them. It's just to say this Knicks team has a guy who can take it to another level, a guy that he can put the team on his back and just get the buckets himself. And let's not knock Brunson because he also has been facilitating at a high level as well, averaging 7.7 assists in his playoffs compared to Halliburton's 9.3, which isn't far off when you take account that he's averaging 28 points and Halliburton's only averaging 17. So Halliburton versus Brunson is going to be fun to watch. Can Halliburton step up and match up? Can he match what Brunson brings to the table? I think that's going to be a big question for the Pacers. Can he step up and be that guy? Can he put buckets on the points? I mean, I said buckets on the points. Can he put points on the board while finding guys and assisting as well? Because that's what Brunson does. And Brunson's going to do that, I believe. I think this Pacers team is they have a couple solid wing defenders, and Naismith and Nembhard is solid. However, I think Brunson is just a different animal. It's hard to stop a guy like Brunson. I put my money on Brunson against almost any defender in the league. I mean, you saw him first round against the Thompson. One thing about Brunson, he's very smart. it's just like him and SJ is kind of the same. They're very smart. They know how to use their body. Brunson is a little more physical. However, when you're defending these guys, it's hard to really get physical with them because they know how to be smart and draw fouls. So you have to be smart in how you guard them. So it's going to be interesting to see this matchup with Naismith and Nemhard and those guys out there. But another thing that's in question that is, can Pascal Siakam step up and match Cat's intensity? He has to step up and be that second guy. You know, I'm not saying this Pacers team can't score at a high level without those guys, doing their thing, without those guys dropping 25 and all that. Like, they've been doing good with what they've been doing, but this is just a different animal that they're going against. This Knicks team is pretty solid, I must say. This Knicks team has the number one closer in the playoffs in the league right now. This guy is doing his thing, and if the game is close, they're not gonna fold. Like, he's not gonna fold like how the Cavs folded. Like, so the Pacers, they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to bring it. And the Knicks, as long as Cat and Mikal Bridges keep this up, I feel like the Knicks could pull this out. I do got the Knicks winning this in 6. No disrespect to the Pacers at all. I just feel like the Pacers don't have that guy. I wouldn't say that guy. I think Halliburton is that guy. Like, this series, he's gonna have to show that he can drop buckets while assisting. And I ain't talking about 17 points. I'm not talking about 22 points. I mean, like 27. Like, last series, he averaged 17 points, 7 assists. First series, 17 points, 11. Like, he gonna have to drop some buckets and match Brunson's intensity, because Brunson coming for sure. And this Knicks team can defend. They got wing defenders. OG's a good defender. Mikal Bridges is a good defender. Brunson can be a liability because of his size. I don't really see guys like pushing him around and things of that nature, but he is a shorter guy and he's not that athletic. But they got they got guys that can defend. So it's gonna be a fun series for sure. But I got the Knicks in 6 tied on. I know you're gonna get me if y'all win. You're gonna go ahead and clip me if you want. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think this Knicks team is their time right now, just to make it to the finals. Who they play in the finals is gonna be a different story. You feel me? It's gonna be a whole different situation. But that's what I got, man. I got the Knicks in 6. Game starts tomorrow. We might do another show tomorrow before the game to dive a little deeper into the matchup. But we about to slide over to this Wolves and Thunder game. And they actually play tonight. Let me know who y'all got winning tonight in the comments. I got OKC winning first game. I think fresh off this Denver series, a lot of people say they aren't rested. Man, these are some young cats, man. These young cats are ready. These young cats are hungry. And it's like I feel like their adrenaline just pumping. They just ready to pounce again on their next opponent. And the opponent is great. Shout out to Teddy, man. This series is going to be amazing. That's what Teddy said, and I agree. Like, I feel like these are two teams that they kind of have the same DNA. They just hard nosed. They both defend. They get after it. OKC is the better team overall, I must say. I think OKC has the ability to score at a better rate than the Wolves do. I think this OKC team, when it comes to defense, they're slightly the better defensive team. The Wolves have size and physicality, in my opinion, because they have Randall, Nas Reed off the bench, Gobert out there. Even Edwards, he's a big guard opposed to like a SGA. He's more of a smaller guard when it comes to defense. But this series, man, I'm super excited. Both of these teams, like I said, are defensive wizards. But this OKC team, man, did y'all see what they did to Denver? Man, what they did to Denver, in some of those games, how they just shut down Jokic and they just shut down the others. It just shows you that this team is hungry. This team is ready. I mean, we saw round one. We all knew that was going to be a cakewalk, and they did not disappoint. Despite Ja getting hurt, it was still just it was bad for Memphis. They had the one game they were winning before Ja got hurt, but other than that, it was just straight domination. When it comes to this OKC team, man, their leader SGA, who, in my opinion, should be the winner of this MVP award whenever they do announce it. I think this guy is amazing, man. The things that he does on the court, when he does a little bit of everything out there, he can defend. I'm not saying he's the best on ball defender, but he's not a bad defender at all. He's not a liability out there. On the offensive end, he's a guy that takes good shots. He doesn't put your team in jeopardy. He has shot a lot more threes this year, but it's for a good cause. He's averaging 29 in the postseason. That's a little less than his regular season. He's not playing as great this postseason as he's played in the regular season. I give him a pass on this only because of this. Last year, it was all about, you know, like, I mean, for one, 29 points is still a lot. But for two, last year the question was, can SGA get this team, can SGA ball out in the playoffs? And he did that in the playoffs. The thing is, it was moments where he didn't know where it was time for him to take over, and it was moments where he needed other guys to step up, and they didn't. So now the question became, who else can ball with him? Who else can step up and play with him? Can he have a collective unit of guys around him hooping? And for the most part, they have been all playing pretty well, to be quite honest. You know, in the first round, everybody got a little piece of the pie. I mean, everybody, to be quite honest. The coach probably got a bucket. But in this next series, I want to give a big shout out. You know, one big thing that I think that helped this team in that Denver series is they added a vet, man. Not just one vet, but two vets. Hartenstein is a vet, a guy who has playoff experience, and also Alex Caruso. This dude is amazing. Shout out Alex Caruso. This dude, he's a guy that you need when you're trying to win a championship. I mean, he's 6'5", 186 pounds, and he was guarding Jokic. He made it tough on Jokic out there. That's the type of player you need. He does a little bit of everything. Shot lights out from the three. He shot 42%, 42.9, which is pretty much 43% from three. And shout out to Teddy. FanDuel better be ready to pay us. Hey, make sure you become a member. That parlay chat has definitely been popping. The baseball parlays been coming in hot. They've been hitting. But this dude Alex Caruso, man, I mean, he's a good passer. He can finish around the rim, and like I said, he's lights out from three. So this team has they remind me of the Pacers a little bit, just like the Pacers but on a high level, because they have that guy that can average 30. That averages 30. They have that guy like a Brunson that can take over. Not saying Halliburton can't do it. It's just when you got guys that average 30 and they get it done in the crunch time, it's a little different because they can control the outcome. And he assists as well. 6 assists a game isn't nothing to sneeze at. But I just feel like when you a scorer like that, especially in the playoffs, that's like the most demoralizing thing. When you can just get a bucket at any time, it's like, whoa. Like Halliburton had to show that in that series. But we're talking about this series. Let's go to the Wolves. Led by Anthony Edwards. You know, I was very, very critical on him early this season, saying he has to do more out there, man. Can't just be out there scoring. Can't. For one, you don't have the team where you can just do that. And two, that's how you become great. That's how you be great. Anthony Edwards averaging 26.5 points, 8 rebounds, 5.9 assists. I'm proud of the man. That's what I'm talking about. Do a little bit more. Now, partner in crime, and Julius Randle is also having a pretty good playoff run. 23.9 points a game, 5.9 rebounds, 5.9 assists as well. So he's doing a little bit of everything as well. And it's a good thing to see. This Minnesota team, though, now I had made a big case for Randle saying, he's showing he can play well in the playoffs. It's not like, the playoffs coming, he just fold. He's in the right situation. He's playing well. But there's a one thing about this whole situation. Round one, the Lakers. Now, a lot of people gave him a lot of credit. I'm gonna give him his credit. He did his thing. Doing your thing is part of the battle. However, I don't think the Lakers was. I don't think the Lakers was gonna win. I know the whole world was preaching the Lakers and 5 thing, but I never thought the Lakers was gonna win. To be, only thing that made me nervous is if the Wolves was gonna self-destruct. Like if those dudes just gonna jack up threes and shoot themselves out the game and let Luka just kill them. But I really didn't think the Lakers had a shot, to be quite honest. If this team plays to its potential, the Lakers don't have a shot. And they didn't have a shot. Then you go to round 2. They go against the Warriors. First game, Steph Curry go crazy. Then he goes down. See, yes, I know in the chat where you guys definitely got to be a member to get in these chats because it goes down. In the chat, I spoke on how Boston played a lot of injured teams and they run last year, and I felt like it wasn't that good because they didn't get truly tested during that run. They did perform. You give them credit for that. Just like Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards performed. But there's something to be said about the resistance, the pressure when you have another guy on the other side. When you have a Steph Curry on the side, it's different when you up 10 points on the Warriors. It's different when it's a 4-point game with 3 minutes left in the fourth. It's a different ball game. It's a whole different situation because you have a guy on the other end who's proven who can get it done, and they didn't have that for the vast majority of that series. So this series is the true test for this duo. It's the true test right now to see, are they real? Now, just because they have a bad game, I'm not gonna, say, oh man, because like I said, y'all saw what they did to Jokic. I expect Julius Randle to have a couple bad games in this series because OKC's defense is just that real. It's gonna be fun to watch. So Julius, I'm watching you, my boy. Guys, I'm watching to see what you're gonna do. My eyes on you. I think if you can continue to do what you do, it's gonna be tough for OKC because they don't truly have anybody to match up with you. You're probably one of the biggest mismatches in the whole NBA, to be quite honest, because of your size, your ability to handle the ball. I mean, you can move. Shout out my boy Dave. Hey, Julius, you see, Dave said he watching you too. Don't be in the doghouse. Don't be in the doghouse, dog. But Jaden McDaniels is going to be critical in this series as well. His two-way ability is going to be needed. He's going to have to score. You're going to have to put pressure on this OKC defense, man. You can't let them jump on you. You can't. They jump on you. They like pit bulls. They get up on you. They lock that jaw. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Hey, make sure y'all check out Dave's Doghouse for sure. The link is down low. He said, Julius, nah, he been a dog so far. LOL, he earned my respect. Hey, Julius, you earned the respect. You a dog so far. I'm just saying. OKC, they tough. Shout out to Teddy, man. He got a question. Will Gobert be a difference in this series? Yes, I think Gobert will be very, very critical in this series. He's going to have to find a way to stay on the floor because every team goes after him. You got to try it. I mean, he has a history of not being able to guard on the perimeter and be effective out there. Now, this OKC team has guys that can attack him from the perimeter. From Shaq can attack him. I mean, J Dub can attack him. SGA can attack him. I mean, Caruso can attack him. Wiggins off the bench can attack him. So it's gonna be he's gonna have to play big time. Also protecting the rim because like his presence has to be felt out here. It has to be felt out here because this OKC team is they come at you nonstop. Like Hartenstein, that dude, his little floater at the rim. If he's out there, he's a problem because they run that pick and roll with SGA, and he always hits them when he's open, and when he's not open, SGA gets a good shot off. So the pick and roll defense is going to be very critical, but this also going to be a big series for Naz Reid because Naz Reid going to be out there a lot. I think Naz Reid going to play a lot of minutes because he also is like a Randall, but he's more of a trade ball specialist. It's gonna be, we're gonna see. Shout out to Dave. He said Gobert won't have the same impact he had the last two series. He also said he will be strapped offensively too. Yeah, he's gonna have to play aggressive, physical, and he's gonna have to really attack. It's gonna be quite interesting to see what he's gonna do. We got a special guest coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on in here. Hold on, let me get that ready first. All right, you can go ahead and throw my man Dave in here.
What's up? What's going on, man?
What it do, dog?
Man, I've been waiting to get back on RBO. Talk about the playoffs, man. It's been an exciting playoff so far.
Man, has it? And it comes down to two more exciting battles as well.
Exactly. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about the matches later tonight on the show. But shoot, I saw that you was on. I said, hey, I got to hop on RBO. I know my boy he spent some knowledge out there, so let me hop on.
Yes, sir, man. You're always welcome to join. Hey, become a member, man. You can be like Dave. You can hop in. Just holler at your boy.
There you go.
But yeah, man, we talking about this Woods versus the Thunder matchup, and what I was just speaking on was just how Julius Randle has been playing pretty well in the playoffs. He's been the talk of the town. However, I feel like those first two series wasn't true tests for him. I mean, in my eyes, I know everybody else had to see him perform well in the playoffs and show that he can do it. But this matchup against the Thunder, this is going to be a true test to see if he really, really about what he's about. So, what'd you think about that?
Yeah, I like to say that the last series was a test as well because he was going against Draymond Green, even though Draymond was mostly on Rudy. But that's still a matchup that he had to worry about. So I definitely think that was somewhat of a test. But Draymond wasn't on him that much. He was more so on Rudy Gobert most of the time. So you're right. And in the sense, it really wasn't that much of a test because, I mean, for one, he wasn't the focal point. But OKC is different because you got a whole team of defenders. You got Lou Dort, you got Jalen Williams, you got Isaiah Hartenstein, you got Shad, you got Shea, you got Caruso, you got Kassan Wallace, you got Isaiah Joe, you got Wiggins, you got all these guys. Every single one of them plays a key part defensively, and I think that's going to cause some problems. Now, I do think that he's still talented enough to take advantage of some of these matchups, but they're going to make it tough for him, especially Alex Caruso. Caruso and I believe Caruso and Randall were teammates with the Lakers at one point. I believe. I could be wrong, but I do know that they both play for the Lakers. So I know for one that Caruso's he's going to relish this matchup going up against a former teammate, and Caruso showed that it doesn't matter what size it is, what size you are as a player, that he's going to do whatever he can to make life difficult for you on the defensive end. Because he did against Jokic, and I would not have expected that. But I saw something else earlier today when in the bubble. Remember when Dwight Howard was on the Dwight Howard made life difficult for them. Now it's different because Dwight Howard was a center,
Right.
but Dwight Howard's a physical center. That's something that Jokic has difficult sometimes is playing with physical centers. So if you're physical enough, you can cause problems against some guys. And I think with Julius Randle, not that being physical is going to cause some problems for him because he could play physical too. But I just think, like you said, this team defensively is going to cause a lot of issues for him, especially Shet and Isaiah Hardenstein, because those are two really good defenders. Shet to me, it's like you knew he was a good defender, but watching him in the playoffs has shown you exactly how good of a defender he is. So
Facts.
I'm very interested in this matchup. I think this is going to be a really good series.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm with you on that. And the biggest matchup that everybody's probably gonna be looking at is SGA versus Ant-Man.
Yep.
And you know that's like two of the best right there. Doing what
Yeah,
they
man.
do. You know,
I think I heard someone say that this is going to be. Matter of fact, Dwight Howard said it. He said it months ago when he predicted this Western Conference Finals. He said it was going to be OKC versus the Wolves. And he said this is going to be a battle for face of the league. It might be. It just might be. It just might be because if you look at all the other guys that was in conversation for the face, you look at Luka. I mean, he got put out in the first round. You look at Jason Tatum, he just got hurt with the Achilles, so he out for a while. And a lot of people will question him before he even had that game. So you got that. And then everyone else, I mean, right now the face is still LeBron. LeBron is the oldest guy in the league. So the NBA is looking for someone to be that. And honestly, this battle right here might prove exactly who it's going to be.
yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at that. And even if they don't crown one of them the face, I feel like these are two dudes out the West that every year you're gonna see them, either one of them in the conference finals. You know what I mean? Because I think their teams and they are just that good. Especially if Randall continues to play the way he play. I think him and Randall are just a really good fit. And you know, they had that clip going around when Ant-Man said he was better than SGA, all this, all that, and I feel like it's gonna be. I think they're gonna match them up. I'm not sure if SGA not gonna check him. They're gonna have Dort on him, but they're gonna definitely have Ant on SGA.
I think there will be times where you will see SJ on Anthem. I don't think he's going to be his
Oh yeah,
main
definitely.
defender. I don't think that'll be his main defender. I think SJ more likely will be on his cousin. I think he's going to be on Jaden McDaniels most of the time.
Right.
But I definitely know that matchup is going to be seen at multiple times in the series.
Right.
There's no way that SJ is going to be able to get away from it because more than likely SJ Ant will call a pick to get SJ or somehow, some way it's going to happen. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup, and I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait.
Yeah, and those moments is what I'm waiting to see. Those moments with them two. I know there's gonna be some trash talking going on. SJ ain't the biggest trash talker, but he make a lot of like faces and he be smiling, laughing, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun because I know Ant barking.
Big talker. I was just about to say, Ant gonna be talking. He gonna be talking. He gonna be in his face. He gonna be going to the crowd. He gonna be talking to everybody. So don't let him get 15 in the first. Oh, it's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be intense.
He ball out in that first quarter. Ain't gonna go crazy. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my prediction who I think gonna win the series. I don't know if you probably saving yours for your R2L show later.
Yeah, I'm gonna save mine for later.
All right, that's cool. So I got OKC winning this, man. OKC winning this in 6. No disrespect to the T-Wolves. I think the T-Wolves are an excellent team. I do think Randall will struggle in this series just because, like I said, OKC defense is just that real. There will be it's not. I did bring up Jokic, but there is a slight difference in the way those two players play. Like Julius Randle faces up a lot more than Jokic, and Jokic is a lot slower as well. So
yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. But I do think OKC can match his intensity, can match his physicality. So it's gonna be a dogfight. But I got OKC winning this in 6 because they're the better offensive team. Timberwolves have trouble turning the ball over at times. they can get cold. So that's a recipe for a disaster against an OKC team, man. So
yeah,
I'm rocking with OKC in 6.
Yeah, I mean OKC can get cold too. We've seen them get cold from 3, especially in the last series. So, but this is definitely gonna be interesting, and that's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all.
Yes, sir, man. That's what
Did
I
you
think, man.
you predicted the other one already?
Yeah, I did my prediction for that one already. The first, I
Okay.
did that first. I can tell you what I say. I had the Knicks in 6.
Okay. So you got
I know Ty
OKC.
gonna get me. Yeah, he
You
gonna
got
flip me up.
OKC. You got OKC and the Knicks in the finals, huh?
Yes, sir. And that come down to it. I don't know who gonna win because I gotta see how Cat play in this series. To be quite
Yeah,
honest,
and that's gonna be a heck of a matchup if that happens.
man. Whew. Brunson versus SGA. Now, I'm not saying because Ant-Man a bad dude, and he the type of guy that I wouldn't be surprised if he just go nuclear like on both ends. Because he's that type of player that can change the landscape of a whole game. So
That's facts.
game 1 tonight got OKC taking it, man. It's gonna be a dogfight, but Jalen Williams, no J-Dub, 2 threes for your parlay. That's all I'm giving you. That's all I'm
Hey,
giving you.
J-Dub, make it happen because you were disappointed in the last series. So make it happen.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be another episode of RBO. Got my boy Dave in here. Dave, you want to say any last words real quick before we get out of here?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, Pat Riley, you should have retired. That's it.
Hey, man, you heard it from Dave, dog. I'm gonna say, man, shout out to the NBA playoffs. It's been very exciting. Brunson, Halliburton, SGA, Ant-Man, the last 4 stars of their team. So, who will come out victorious, man? A new young guy, gonna be a new champion for the first time. 3 of these teams have never won ring, so that's also super exciting. So, shout out to what's going on in the NBA, man. Youth movement, I'm here for it, man. LeBron retired. It's like, nah, do your thing. But we're gonna be back for sure. You already know. Because real ballers gonna ball.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.